Expectations at diploma level for the Trinity exams, of course, are much higher than for the grade exams, and above all, they're different. Perhaps different would be a better way of putting it than higher, because we have high expectations at every level. One of the main differences is that subtlety of approach to interpretation of the pieces needs to be there. A greater understanding of the musical background, say, of the composer, other works that they've written, particularly for your instrument. In a way, program planning is very important. For a grade exam, you choose pieces and you play one after another, and that's it. For a diploma exam, you're actually making a recital, and it needs to be coherent. One of the things that I've found as an examiner is that people have not actually worked on their stagecraft very much. So they don't have the physical confidence about walking into the exam room, briefly communicating with the examiner, taking the stage, sometimes literally of course, and conducting themselves in a thoroughly professional manner, which is what we're looking for. It's very difficult to do this if you haven't done it before. So I would advise candidates who are going to do diplomas to practice doing this. Now, you can never practice for the actual recital situation, but you can practice by asking friends, family, to sit silently while you come into the room silently and play, and then they can applaud at the end. That puts you on the spot, and you've practiced your whole program through without interruption. You could also play in a care home. You could also organise a little concert. Teachers, such as myself, organise concerts of their pupils all the time. If you don't have the good fortune to be involved in one of those, try and find a situation in which you can practice your performing skills. And then, if you're lucky, when you actually give a recital, then the muse might descend and you might have the most wonderful experience that you've never had before. And that's something that we're lucky if it happens, but we have to have put in a lot of work beforehand. But I'm all for people feeling comfortable performing. The examiners try and make the exam room a comfortable and welcoming space. But practicing that whole recital is very, very important.